Jeremiah 31 1 to 26. So, this is about Israel's mourning turn to joy. It talks about how the people survived the sword, found grace in the wilderness. So, instead of being killed by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar, they went to Babylon and thrive and found grace there. And then it talks about how the Lord appeared to him long ago, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love, therefore I have drawn you out with kindness. So I think this is talking about Israel, the person, Jacob, a long time ago. And then when I read that, I also remember how Jacob wrestled with God and God displaced his hip and then he went limping. But then I think, like, reading these past passages the last few days, it sounds like that is a foreshadow of what God wrote as an incurable disease, or like just God hurting Israel because of their sin, but then God will then heal them later. And then, so the virgins of Israel will take their temporary. This is talking about the nation again. So it's really confusing, like when is it about the person and when it's about the nation. But you have to read closely to understand that. And so they will have singing and enjoyment, and they will enjoy the fruit. Then there will be a day when they are going to say, let's go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. They will give praise, sing aloud, and then so God will gather them together from the remotest part of the earth. They will return as a great assembly. Then I'm not sure Ephraim. I don't remember who Ephraim is, but he was mentioned multiple times. It sounds like God even said, like, like that Ephraim is like, he kept on chastising Ephraim, but he longs for Ephraim. So that's what I kind of remember from the reading. But basically, let's skip over that part. So the Israel life will be like a water garden. They will rejoice in the dance, young and old together. They will turn mourning to joy. People will be satisfied with God's goodness. And right here, before this excerpt, is actually from the Old Testament, where a voice is heard in Ramah. Rachel is weeping for her children, but then God also says that now no more weeping, pretty much, and no more tears. Your work will be rewarded. They will return from the land of the enemy. There is hope for your future. And then Ephraim, right here, it said, like, Ephraim has said, God has disciplined them, and then they were corrected. For now, God is their God. And after Ephraim returned back and repented, then he bore the shame of his youth. But God, even though he's spoken against Ephraim often, God still remember him, and his heart yearned for him. So Ephraim, it's more like the nation of Israel here. I'm not sure, I'm not sure about that, but so then I'm not also sure what this verse 22 mean, that for the Lord created a new thing on the earth, a woman will shelter a man. I'm not sure what that means, and how it's related to all of this. But pretty much, God will restore their fortune. They will be refreshed. There's plenty of water. And then 26, I think this is when Jeremiah awoke from this like vision, and then he's talk about his sleep being pleasant to him. So he has been what's considered to be a weeping prophet. No one listened to him. People tried to kill him for his telling of the word of the Lord. But this one was like a vision that he delighted in, because he wants to see his people restored and cared for. And I think this is like what God, a grace that God has bestowed on him to see this reconciliation, God's end plan for restoring the people of Israel.